Alright. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury are horrible for boxing. Let me tell you why. I can't wait for these two clowns to just fight, get that fight over with, and get out of boxing for real. Because, first of all, as you know, we were on the way to undisputed in the heavyweight division, right? Then here comes Wilder with his arbitration. Messed that up. Fine. Which is alright, you know what I mean? If Deontay Wilder had a rematch clause to get his rematch, Tyson Fury should have fought him in the first place. So I'm not totally blaming Wilder for that situation. I'm blaming Tyson Fury really and his camp. You know what I mean? They should have give Wilder his fucking rematch long time ago instead of worrying about the money. Worrying about the money. Don't want to fight in the bubble. If Anthony Joshua, which is one of the biggest superstars in boxing, the biggest draw right now, right? If he could fight in the bubble, fight with just 1,000 fans, he took a humongous pay cut. He made $80 million. He made $80 million fighting Andy Ruiz. And then to turn around and fight Pulev for $10 million or whatever the case may be that he made. I know it was way less than 80 million, but he took the money because yo, I'm going to just go ahead and fight my mandatory in the bubble in front of just 1,000 fans. Now you're talking about a man that is used to fighting in front of 90,000 people. He could do it. Why couldn't Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder do it? Fight in the bubble. Huh? Why couldn't they just get that fight over with and then whoever the winner may be go on to face Anthony Joshua and finally give us the heavyweight undisputed fight that we need? I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care if it's Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua versus Wilder or any way it is. I just want to see unification fights. I just want to see the best fight the best. I want to see champions fight champions. I'm tired of having 4 champions in a weight division or multiple champions in a weight division. It's ridiculous. These champions, once you get the belt, you should be looking at the other champions to fight them because it's the best fight the best. That's how boxing's supposed to be. Now, if you are a champion, you should be looking to fight the other champion because the other champion is supposed to be the best, right? And that is why we have unification matches. That is why we want undisputed to see who's the king of the hill. I don't want to see what's happening in the middleweight division right now at 160 pound. We have 4 fucking champions. 4! And none of them looking to fight each other. It's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? We want to see the best fight in the best. And right now, the man that in the heavyweight division that I see trying to make that happen is Anthony Joshua. And that is why he just sold his fight out 60,000 people in one day. Fighting Usyk. Because he's taking on his mandatories and he's looking to make more unifications. Why the hell was it so good and so quick for Anthony Joshua to pick up 3 of the belts? Lost the belt, pick them back up. Right? So easy, so quick, no problem. And then all of a sudden he get to Deontay Wilder, which is on the PBC, and you know how I feel with the PBC because it's a pattern. It's a fucking pattern. Deontay Wilder is on the PBC. Anthony Joshua fought and collected 3 belts, and then he had 1 left, and he could not make that fucking Deontay Wilder fight because he's on the PBC, and the PBC makes fights so difficult to make. Anthony Joshua went around, collected all these belts, no problem making any fights. And then all of a sudden, Deontay Wilder, here goes Deontay Wilder on the PBC, making the fight difficult. And that fight couldn't be made. You know what I mean? So we didn't get undisputed there. Come around, you have Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder fighting each other for 3 years now. They've been going around on this dog and pony show. It's ridiculous. When you have a boxing match, it ended in a draw. Then you had a rematch to break the tiebreaker. Somebody won that tiebreaker. There's no need for a third fight. I think they misunderstood the concept of a rubber match. A rubber match is the first fight ended in a victory for somebody, right? Maybe a controversial victory. It might have been a good fight and people want to see the fight again. So you run it back. You run a rematch, right? Then, if that same person that won the first fight win again, that's it. No need for no third fight, right? Correct? If the other guy wins, now it's 1-1. So now you need the third fight to break the draw, to break the 1-1. Well, their first fight ended in a draw. So that means there was no winner. So the rematch was to determine the winner. And then after whoever determined the winner, you don't need no rematch after that, right? Well, Deontay Wilder is the champion, so he still had a rematch clause in his contract, which is understandable and advised, because you spent your time to get this belt, you held on to this belt, you deserve a chance to get your belt back. So I understand that. But the rematch could have been fought in the bubble, right? We had an undisputed fight between Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko in the bubble. Why couldn't we get Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder in the bubble, get this shit over with, so that way we could move on with boxing? Instead, no, we have this stalemate. We have Deontay Wilder over here. This is why I say they're bad for boxing. Deontay Wilder over here. First excuse he made on the night of the fight was his costume was too heavy. Alright? You had a bad performance. You don't know what happened. You know what I mean? You're thinking maybe the costume was too heavy. Alright, fine. Then he started coming out with all these excuses. Oh, Tyson Fury had tampered gloves. He took the padding out of his gloves. Then Tyson Fury put object in his gloves. Then he was drugged by his trainer. Then the referee was drunk. So I'm like, which is it? Because it can't be all of these friggin'. You telling me that one, he had padding taken out of his gloves. Then he had an object in his gloves. Okay. So let's debunk those two things. All right, so the padding taken out of his gloves. You're fighting in Nevada state, right? The commission over there, you turn in your gloves the day before the fight, and you don't see your gloves until the time of the fight. So you're telling me that the Nevada State Commission helped Tyson Fury to cheat you then? So why didn't you go after them? And why are you trying to fight in Nevada again? Why are you trying to fight under the same commission that cheated you? If you believe that you got cheated, if you believe that he got the padding taken out of his gloves, that means the commission had something to do with it because they had the gloves, right? So why aren't you suing them? And why are you trying to fight in that same commission that cheated you? Makes no fucking sense. That's one. Two, your trainer was sitting there. Video evidence, watching Tyson Fury get his gloves wrapped, get the glove put on, and everything like that. So you telling me that your trainer missed Tyson Fury putting something in his gloves, and he missed that the gloves didn't have no padding in it? See, you guys have this two photographs from this photographer, right? This one photographer. You guys act like it was only one photographer at the fight. There was multiple photographers at the fight, and you got one picture from one guy that's supposed to be the proof. Ridiculous. But yet, you guys don't talk about the trainer sitting right here, watching the gloves get put on, watching the hands getting wrapped. So how the fuck did he miss? How the hell did he miss that? You know what I mean? And then he's talking about he got drugged. But you guys got drug tested after the fight. So there was nothing in your system. You guys both passed your drug test. So unless there's some type of miracle fucking drugs out there that don't show up on drug tests, and some miracle drug that goes out of your system within an hour, then I don't see how you got drugged. You fire you supposed to be all black privilege and everything like that. You're supposed to be all black power. And you fire the black coach, but you keep the white coach that apparently, according to you, he wasn't paying attention and he neglected to watch Tyson Fury put his gloves on and to check the gloves to make sure that there was nothing tampered with. You keep that guy. The guy that was in the dressing room watching Tyson Fury get his hand wraps. You who allowed Tyson Fury, according to you, to cheat you, to put object in his glove and to take the paddings out. Why didn't your white trainer catch that? You keep the white trainer though, but you fire the black one. But you're supposed to be black privilege, right? Black power. You're supposed to be black power, but you fire in the black coach and you keep the white guy. The white guy that was neglected to make sure that you were safe, to make sure that he checked your gloves, the gloves of the opposing fighter. According to you, that's your excuse, right? Tyson Fury cheated, he tampered with his gloves. Well, how did your white trainer miss that? The one that you keep on your team. You see what I'm saying? This shit is fucking ridiculous. You blame your costume. You blame the referee for being drunk when the referee took points away from Tyson Fury. So if he was against you, why did he take points from Tyson Fury if he was against you? Kenny Bayless is known to be a little biased towards PBC. That's why PBC always use him in their fights. But now that you lose, now he's a drunk, crabbing the barrel referee. Come on, guys. Now to Tyson Fury with his lying ass. And that's all I gotta say about him. I don't believe a word that comes out of Tyson Fury mouth anymore. All he does is run his mouth, talk about, oh, I'm gonna whoop the dasa, blah, blah, blah. This guy's scared to fight me. This guy's too scared to fight me, whatever. But you running and ducking away from Anthony Joshua. Because you could have made the fight. You did not protest the decision by the arbitrator or anything like that. You seem happy with the decision. So I don't believe you that you want to fight Anthony Joshua. You rather fight Deontay Wilder because you know you could beat Deontay Wilder. You know that Anthony Joshua is going to be a tougher fight for you, so you've been ducking and dodging that fight. You never defend a title, right? Always find some type of excuse to duck and dodge a title, talking about you have COVID. How the fuck you have COVID when a couple of days after you supposedly got tested for COVID, you were out fist bumping and shaking people's hands and in the casino and buying cars and shit, and you have COVID? Get the hell out of here. Your bridging, your buddy, Joseph Parker, right? He's supposedly to have COVID, yet he went to the Conor McGregor fight. Make it make sense. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? So Tyson Fury, the both of y'all are horrible for boxing. You should not call Anthony Joshua name with anything. You know what I mean? I'm just ready for you guys to fight and get this shit over with so we could move on. You know what I mean? Because it is getting ridiculous now. It's like a soap opera. So anyway, that's all I got to say with these two clowns. I just hope after they fight, they finally fight AJ, so that way, you know, we could have a one champion in the heavyweight division and they both could just get the fuck out, because I do not see them defeating Anthony Joshua at this moment. Peace.